like me, do you love a mashup of genres? If so, I might have something that you are gonna love. So this is kind of a horror, suspense, thriller, adventure, maybe? Action mashup. So this is called Parallax by Jeremy Robinson. And I'll show you the cover. It's super creepy to me because eyes creep me out. Now, before we get ahead of ourselves, not like eyes, like if I see your eyes, they don't creep me out. But what creeps me out is when bad things happen to the eyes. And this cover with like all the eyes creep me out. And of course there's videos going around where the eyes are like moving. No thank you. No thank you. And the thing is, Jeremy's got several books where things happen to the eyes. I'm not, no. But anyway, this book is performed solo by Tom Taylorson, and I did do an advanced copy of this book. So Podium Entertainment were kind enough to give me the ARC and the ALC. So when I signed up, it was for the ARC, but they said they were going to send the ALC, and we all know I'm an ALC girl. So I did it. And of course, once I found out it was Tom Taylorson, I was on board. Now, I had done the Good Boys trilogy by Jeremy Robinson and heard Tom Taylorson in that. Though I'd heard Tom Taylorson before, I hadn't really heard him in the sort of sci-fi zone. And hearing him in that and how good he was, especially with the different dog breeds, if you don't know, we can talk. But the way he gave each breed its own voice, and it just sounded so brilliant. I was like, sold, I need more, let's go. So knowing he was going to voice Parallax, I was like, yeah, let's do this. And does not disappoint. Does not disappoint. Listening to this is like listening to a full cast narration by one man. Every voice is distinct. Every voice is a full, embodied, joyful experience for your ears. It was phenomenal. It was a phenomenal performance, and I don't say that lightly. Like, I've been listening to audiobooks for a long time. Like, we're in double digits, guys, and I have listened to a hell of a lot of different voices. I mean, I couldn't even hazard a guess at how many different voices I've listened to. We're going to be in the triples, if not more. And it was such a distinct performance. And it's the fact with how diverse the characters are. You know, Jeremy does this so well with the fact that he isn't writing to one specific target audience, you know, as a, for lack of a better way, a cis white man. He isn't, you know, writing necessarily to that target audience, obviously. And we have female characters, we have characters from different races, and each of them from Tom is given a sound that doesn't sound overplayed or trying too hard. It sounds like a very smooth transition from character to character, and there's one character in particular who has a situation. He had and you'll have to bear with me, I think it was a brain injury that impacts his development. So he's super smart, but it impacts his speech and how he sort of handles certain things. So he repeats a lot of things and needs a lot of reassurance, and he just performed him fantastically. And so it was an absolute joy to listen to. So the story itself, you have Silas. He has just moved to the area. He is trying to escape a situation, and that situation is actually done really well as well. And I will put a little thing as well, because it was something I wasn't really expecting to have in the book, but I was glad it was shown, which was female on male violence, which we don't see a lot of, and domestic violence, and also they are a young couple, which again we don't see a lot of, and it's only a small snippet, and I think, you know, you can bypass when that starts to be discussed because it is in a flashback. But, you know, if that is something that is triggering to you, you know, just protect yourself when you're going in. So we have him meeting up with these guys, and some of them have other abilities. For Silas, he's a remote viewer, and while he's remote viewing, he sees the eyes, and the eyes look back, and it's like, whoa, what's going on? They kind of go on the run, and they sort of embark on a Indiana Jones style event to save the world, but all is not as it seems, and they are trying to, you know, figure out who to trust, and can they trust the people that they're working for under duress, and the fact that they are under duress. And it's a lot of fun, and as is pure Jeremy's writing, there are tears and laughter and everything in between. And it's like I always say, if you're not kissing Jeremy, or crying, or laughing, is it even a Jeremy Robinson book? Because he does make you run the gambit of all the emotions. I mean, I did leave off the part where you're, you know, thinking about wanting to cause bodily harm, but you know, it's all in good fun. It's all in good fun. I was wearing I'm on the death of fictional characters shirt, which, you know, is kind of standard for a Jeremy Robinson book too, because, you know, feelings, man, feelings. Look, I don't like feeling feelings, and I don't like that Jeremy makes me feel my feelings. But it's available on Tuesday. You should definitely pre-order it, because it is available for pre-order now. Come feel all the feelings with me, because I don't see why I should be the only one feeling all the feelings. And it's a must. And Podium, if you've made it this far, you gotta submit it for an Audi, because Tom absolutely knocked it out of the park, and I think it's a winner.